In just 9 minutes, get the best insights from Joe Rogan's 3-hour podcast with Chase Hughes, aired on February 25th. Hughes dives deep into mind control, cult tactics, persuasion, hypnosis, and the hidden power of authority. Stay till the end to uncover shocking truths about how easily we're influenced, without even realizing it. Here are the key takeaways from the podcast. Takeaway 1, methylene blue and brain health. Methylene blue, originally used as a dye in the 1800s, has been found to have powerful benefits for brain function. It works as an MAOI, which helps regulate neurotransmitters, reducing depression, anxiety, and stress. It also plays a key role in improving how cells produce energy by acting as an electron donor for mitochondria, which are the power plants of our cells. This leads to better cognitive function, increased focus, and overall mental clarity. It is also used alongside red light therapy because of the way it interacts with light. Methylene blue absorbs red light, making treatments more effective for brain health and recovery. Some people, including Chase Hughes, have used it to stop seizures and reduce symptoms of neurological issues. While methylene blue is considered safe in small doses, there are some precautions. It should not be mixed with certain medications, like SSRIs, due to the risk of serotonin syndrome, a condition where serotonin levels become dangerously high. Also, one of its most noticeable side effects is turning urine and even toilet bowls blue, which can lead to some awkward situations. For example, Chase Hughes mentioned that he had to replace his household toilets with black ones because his entire family takes methylene blue, and forgetting to flush could lead to some unusual reactions from guests. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. The power of authority and novelty. People are more likely to follow orders from an authority figure, even when those orders go against their own logic or moral beliefs. This was famously demonstrated in the Milgram experiment, where volunteers were told to administer electric shocks to a stranger. Even when the stranger screamed in pain or stopped responding, 67% of participants kept pressing the button simply because the experimenter, wearing a lab coat, told them to continue. Novelty also plays a huge role in persuasion. When something unexpected happens, our brains give it full attention. This is why a sudden, surprising event can override logical thinking and make us more open to influence. When authority and novelty are combined, they create a powerful effect that can make people do things they normally would not. For example, a person dressed as a police officer can direct traffic, and people will obey without question, even if the officer is actually just an actor filming a prank video. This shows how much our brains trust symbols of authority, even when there is no real power behind them. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3, how cults recruit people. Cults use specific psychological techniques to recruit members. One of the first steps is to get people to step outside their normal behavior, like making them curse or share something personal right away. This small deviation makes them more open to bigger changes later. Cult recruiters also create a sense of belonging by mirroring emotions and making the target feel like they are the most important person in the room. For example, if a cult recruiter meets someone at a coffee shop, they might start with a strange but engaging question like, "Do you ever feel like the world is giving you signs?" This triggers curiosity and makes the person more open to further conversation, setting the stage for deeper manipulation. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4, hypnosis and suggestibility. Not everyone can be hypnotized easily, but some people are naturally more suggestible than others. Comedy hypnotists, for example, know within seconds who will respond best. Highly suggestible people are often more fun-loving and open-minded, which makes them easy to influence. Suggestibility does not mean stupidity. It simply means a person is more willing to accept new ideas without questioning them too much. For example, if a hypnotist tells a highly suggestible person that their hand is stuck to a table, they will genuinely feel unable to lift it. The same principle is used in marketing, politics, and even cult recruitment to shape people's beliefs and behaviors. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5, the dark side of mind control. The CIA conducted secret experiments on mind control under projects like MKUltra. These included using hypnosis, LSD, and psychological conditioning to create Manchurian candidates who could be manipulated into committing acts they would not normally consider. Some cases, like Sirhan, who assassinated Robert F. Kennedy, have been linked to possible mind control experiments. For example, Sirhan claimed he had no memory of the assassination and believed he was at a shooting range. This suggests he may have been influenced in ways beyond his awareness, raising questions about how deep mind control techniques can go. We're halfway through the video. Thank you for sticking with us this far. If you're enjoying it, please give us a thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below. To see more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. How people can be talked into anything. With the right combination of authority and novelty, people can be persuaded to do almost anything. In experiments, ordinary people have been convinced to commit murder in under an hour, simply by placing them in situations where an authority figure guided them step by step. This shows how easily our brains can be influenced when we feel uncertain and someone else appears to have control. For example, timeshare salespeople use similar tactics, applying pressure while maintaining authority and creating a sense of urgency. This is why people walk into a sales presentation just to check it out and walk out owning a vacation package they never planned to buy. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. The science of confidence and influence. True confidence is built from within, not just from how you act in public. There are 5 key areas that create gut-level impressions in others: environment, time management, appearance, social skills, and financial stability. People can sense when something is off, even if you try to fake confidence. For example, someone might wear a fancy suit and act confident at a business meeting, but if their home is a mess and they are constantly late, people around them will still feel like something is not quite right. Real confidence comes from aligning your external presentation with your internal reality. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. How manipulation works in everyday life. Manipulation is not always obvious, and it happens more often than people realize. One common trick is called elicitation, where someone makes a misleading statement to trigger a response. Instead of directly asking a question, they state something incorrect to make the other person correct them, which opens them up to further influence. For example, if someone wants an Uber driver to complain about their job, they might say, "I just read that Uber drivers are the happiest workers out there." The driver, wanting to correct this, will start complaining, which builds a sense of trust and opens the door for deeper persuasion. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. The unexpected dangers of medical treatment. Not all medical treatments are as safe as they seem. Some medications prescribed for epilepsy and brain disorders actually have side effects that make the condition worse. Chase Hughes experienced this firsthand when he was given a drug for seizures, only to find out that one of its main side effects was seizures. He later found relief through methylene blue and diet changes instead. For example, many people trust doctors without question, but history has shown that medications sometimes do more harm than good. It is always wise to research and consider alternative treatments when possible. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. The hidden patterns of influence. Everything from social media to marketing uses psychological tricks to influence people. One method is fractionation, which involves switching between emotional highs and lows to increase suggestibility. This technique is used in hypnosis, but it is also present in the way news, entertainment, and social media keep people engaged. For example, scrolling through social media, you might see an uplifting video followed by a tragic news story, then a funny meme. This constant shift in emotions keeps people hooked and makes them more susceptible to messages being pushed on them. Here is a brief introduction about Chase Hughes. Chase Hughes is an expert in influence, persuasion, and human behavior. He is the author of several books, including the Behavior Ops Manual and the Ellipsis Manual. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like below and share this video in your WhatsApp groups. You can also discuss about this video by commenting below. To get more such videos in your timeline, press the subscribe button below.